and other support while this is going on, because this can't possibly be very easy on her. So the IOA president and others have been in touch with her. Of course, athletes have had to leave their Olympic village. Tomorrow a big part of the contingent of the athletes who are back in India or coming back to India are also meeting, other dignitaries in the national capital. But there will be a couple of notable exceptions, possibly including Vinesh. So I think she's trying to just from the media limelight and not really, go through this while being in the media. The IOA is the body that is kind of fronting it. And of course, we were hoping to hear from both the president and from Harish Salve, who's the noted lawyer and jurist who fought the case for her. As far as the case itself is concerned, Zaka, it is of course a case that could have huge ramifications, and maybe that is why it is taking a little bit of time to justify the decision either ways, whichever way it comes.
Shivani Gupta, Ananya Bhatnagar, thank you very much for joining us and putting that into perspective. So, the long and agonizing wait continues for Vinesh and her legions of fans into the CAS decision as to whether she can get a shared silver along with Guzman at the Olympic Games. We'll take a quick break. When we come back on the other side, we'll shift focus to some international news. And after the killing of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh, the political head of Hamas, and also a senior Hezbollah commander, Fuad Shukr, the Middle East is now bracing itself for a possible escalation in violence between Iran and Israel. And there are already reports of multiple military targets being hit inside Israel, ostensibly at the hands of Hezbollah from southern Lebanon. The United States is mobilizing its military assets in the region. It's moved 2 aircraft carriers to the region. It's moved a full-fledged submarine to the region. The question remains, is the Middle East now on the brink of a full-scale war?
भारत हम चल पड़े किस जुनून किस शान से, जन्नत नुमा कश्मीर से, आसाम के बागान से, महाराष्ट्र से, गुजरात से, कर्नाटक से, राजस्थान से, तब हिंदुस्तान मिले हिंदुस्तान से। जेके टायर, देश का टायर।
RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years. Thar, the SUV.
हमने लिए 90 लाख में, आपने लिए 80 लाख में।
ये सेम क्यों नहीं?
क्योंकि आपके और हमारे होम सर्च ऐप सेम नहीं है। जानिए प्राइस ट्रेंड्स और सही ट्रांजैक्शन प्राइसेस on 99acres.com।
Caring for the world begins with a home that cares. This is my home. ये मेरा संसार है। Introducing Sansar, mindfully crafted home decor fabrics for those who choose to care, for those who live consciously. Sansar, a D-Decor brand. Live consciously.
कॉलेज बोले तो दोस्ती यारी, यारों संग है फ्रीडम सारी, फ्रीडम इक्वल्स टाइम ऑफ लाइफ, लाइफ माने एंजॉय लाइफ। एक्टिवा एक्टिवा एक्टिवा, स्कूटर ले एक्टिवा, स्कूटर बोले तो एक्टिवा। जीते तो अगली बार इज्जत दांव पे होगी, और ना जीते तब तो इज्जत ही दांव पे होगी। इसलिए हारे तब भी रुकना नहीं है, जीते तब भी रुकना नहीं है। हर ओलंपिक्स में इनके साथ जुड़े हैं JSW, क्योंकि JSW की खुद से भी शर्त यही है, रुकना नहीं है।
Mobile Super SUV Pro with heat-activated anti-wear molecule technology protects your car engine on any terrain. Experience unforgettable journeys with Mobile. RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years.
Help keep your teen safe with Instagram's family tools, like sensitive content control, helping your teens filter out sensitive content. Default private accounts, allowing your teens to decide who sees and responds to their content. Restricted direct messages. By default, block messages from people your teens don't follow or aren't connected to. And we have tools for parents to help set daily time limits and more. Get started with our 50 plus tools at instagram.com/familytools.
Director, the taste of success.
Thar the SUV.
ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ, ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲ, ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਰਿਕਸ਼ੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ, ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਜੱਜ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਤੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ IAS ਅਫਸਰ DC ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ। ਆਹ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਕ੍ਰਾਂਤੀ।
सत श्री अकाल जी, आपका हमारे स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज मैं आपको अपने शानदार स्कूल का टूर करवाऊंगी। आइए। ये हमारा हाईटेक एंड लेटेस्ट क्लासरूम है। इसमें हर किस्म की फैसिलिटी दी गई है, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हो 2 बोर्ड्स भी दिए गए हैं, ग्रीन बोर्ड, व्हाइट बोर्ड। इसके साथ ही साथ हमें एक प्रोजेक्टर भी दिया गया है और मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ बेंचेस भी दिए गए। हमारे स्कूल की हर क्लास इज फुली वेंटिलेटेड। ऐसी फैसिलिटी आपको हर क्लास में देखने को मिलेगी। हमारा स्कूल सिर्फ पढ़ाई में ही नहीं, खेलों में भी है नंबर 1। हमारे स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस में मिलेगा प्राइवेट स्कूलों से भी अच्छा स्विमिंग पूल। ये है हमारा टेनिस कोर्ट। यहाँ के गर्ल्स एंड बॉयज दोनों टेनिस की प्रैक्टिस करते हैं और मुझे पूरा यकीन है इंडिया को दूसरी सानिया मिर्जा हमारा स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस देगा। मैं आशा करती हूँ कि आपको भी मेरा स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस अच्छा लगा होगा। आओ आप भी स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस में एडमिशन लो और पंजाब में शिक्षा क्रांति का हिस्सा बनो। धन्यवाद।
राशि की स्कूल फीस, घर का किराया, कितनी जिम्मेदारियां हैं सर पे। तुम तो टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस लिए भी नहीं चलेगा।
पॉलिसी बाजार पे 1 करोड़ का टर्म लाइफ इंश्योरेंस सिर्फ 470 रुपए महीने से शुरू।
RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years.
The Middle East is bracing itself for a possible escalation in violence between Iran and Israel. The United States continued its military build-up in the region, dispatching the guided missile submarine Georgia and the aircraft carrier USS Lincoln into the volatile waters of the Middle East. Iran and its most powerful regional proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon have vowed to retaliate for the killing of Hamas's political leader Ismail Haniyeh. Haniyeh was killed a couple of weeks ago in an explosion in Tehran. This was just hours after another assassination, that of a senior Hezbollah commander, Fuad Shukr, in an Israeli airstrike in the southern suburbs of Beirut. Iran has blamed Israel for the death of Haniyeh, who was in Iran to attend the inauguration of its new president. Israel has neither confirmed nor denied if it was behind the attack on Haniyeh, although US officials have privately confirmed that Israel was indeed behind the attack on Haniyeh. Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei has promised to deliver severe punishment for the assassination that happened on Iranian soil. Netanyahu in turn has vowed to exact a heavy price for any act of aggression against Israel from whichever quarter. At a news conference clearly intended to reassure a jittery Israeli public, the chief spokesperson for the Israeli military, Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari, had said that Israel was prepared at peak readiness both in offense and in defense and will act according to the directives of the government. On Monday, John Kirby, who's a national security spokesman at the White House, told reporters that President Biden had spoken to European leaders about the tensions escalating in the Middle East. Kirby also said that the United States agreed with Israel's assessment that an attack by Iran and its proxies could happen as soon as this week.
We do share the assessment made by our Israeli counterparts that that something could happen as soon as this week by Iran and its proxies. And just to be crystal clear, in case anybody's going back on my language here, that is a U.S. assessment as well as an Israeli assessment. Our assessment matches the Israeli assessment.
Israel is observing a Jewish holiday this week, and it suspects that Iran will time its attack accordingly. Iran cannot afford to be seen as not avenging the death of a man who at that time was a visiting state guest. The fact that this happened at a secure Iranian state safe house makes it even more complicated. The White House still expected Gaza ceasefire talks to resume on Thursday, though if Iran were to attack in the interim between now and the end of the week, it could completely derail the plans of any ceasefire. Biden, along with leaders of Egypt, Qatar and other countries, had said last week that they were prepared to present a final proposal for a ceasefire in Gaza. They've scheduled a meeting for this Thursday. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is also in the Middle East this week. He's expected to visit Qatar, Egypt and Israel in a bid to shore up the ceasefire talks. On Monday, the White House released a joint statement from Biden and leaders of Britain, France, Germany and Italy endorsing the effort to broker a ceasefire. The statement went on to say there is no further time to lose.
We believe that there has been headway made, but we need to finalize this agreement, continue to close and bridge some gaps. But we believe that an agreement is possible, and that's something that we're going to continue to work between the parties.
The leaders also called on Iran to stand down its ongoing threats of a military attack against Israel. Several senior Biden administration officials are fanning out across the Middle East this week to make a full-court press to try and nail down a final ceasefire in Gaza. Their hope is once the ceasefire is announced, then it becomes increasingly difficult for Iran to carry out an attack on Israel, either directly or through one of its regional proxies. Among other officials who are being dispatched by the Biden White House include William Burns, the CIA director. He's traveling to Qatar. Brett McGurk, Biden's Middle East coordinator, who's headed to Egypt and Qatar, and Amos Hochstein, who's a senior White House advisor. Netanyahu's office has said that Israel would be sending a negotiating team to attend the ceasefire meeting, which is expected to take place either in Cairo or in Doha. It was unclear yet whether Hamas would take part in the talks. In a statement put out Sunday, Hamas suggested it was not interested in participating in the ceasefire talks. It says it has already given and agreed to a framework for how a ceasefire will play out. There is also pressure on Hamas after the assassination of its political leader Ismail Haniyeh not to be seen as supportive of a ceasefire. In the absence of a truce, the Israeli military pressed ahead with its offensive, ordering civilians back over the weekend to evacuate a designated safe zone in southwestern Gaza. This was in preparation to attack what it said was an embedded terrorist infrastructure. Israel's military said it was urging civilians to move to other areas in Gaza which are safe. But in Gaza, no place is safe, and even the areas designated by the Israeli military as humanitarian zones are considered unsafe. Facing international condemnation for an airstrike that happened over this past weekend on a school compound, which was allegedly used to shelter Palestinian militants in northern Gaza, Israel put out a statement saying that the strike had killed 31 militants.
Goenka Group, growing legacies.
RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years.
The SUV.
Digital India sale now gives you freedom to save more. Get 25% discount. Assured lowest price. Get no cost EMI, complete post-purchase support and unmatched exchange value. Visit Reliance Digital or MyJio stores.
Director, the taste of success.
RP Sanjeev Goenka Group, growing legacies over 200 years.
ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ, ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲ, ਸ਼ਾਨਦਾਰ ਬਿਲਡਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਸਰਕਾਰੀ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਰਿਕਸ਼ੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ, ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਜੱਜ ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਤੇ ਇੱਕੋ ਬੈਂਚ ਤੇ ਕਿਸੇ IAS ਅਫਸਰ DC ਦਾ ਬੱਚਾ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਦਾ ਹੋਵੇ। ਆਮ ਜੋ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ ਕ੍ਰਾਂਤੀ।
सत श्री अकाल जी, आपका हमारे स्कूल ऑफ एमिनेंस में बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आज मैं आपको अपने शानदार स्कूल का टूर करवाऊंगी। आइए। ये हमारा हाईटेक एंड लेटेस्ट क्लासरूम है। इसमें हर किस्म की फैसिलिटी दी गई है, जैसे कि आप देख सकते हो 2 बोर्ड्स भी दिए गए हैं, ग्रीन बोर्ड, व्हाइट बोर्ड। इसके साथ ही साथ हमें एक प्रोजेक्टर भी दिया गया है और मैक्सिमम अमाउंट ऑफ बेंचेस भी दिए गए हैं। हमारे स्कूल की हर क्लास इज फुली वेंटिलेटेड। ऐसी फैसिलिटी आपको हर क्लास में देखने को मिलेगी। हमारा स्कूल सिर्फ पढ़ाई में ही नहीं